Thank you. Two comments before I ask questions. First of all, and this is kind of a follow-up on what I think Congressman Hurd was trying to get at, it surprises me you folks are not more contrite over what happened. It seems like you don't understand the enormity of the disaster that's happened here. Secondly, I think sadly this is all too often common for government, and it's something that I think everybody in this institution should remember as we pass bills, having the government have these huge data banks of educational information or medical information or what have you, because if the people in charge of these banks of information don't display more sense of urgency than you folks, I think, the possibility of this happening in other agencies is something we should be considering. But now I have some questions for Ms. Seymour. You're going to be in charge of a whole overhaul of this whole IT thing, correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel you've got the skill set to oversee something of this magnitude?
I don't ever believe that I have the skill set to do something this large, and that's why I employ people who have a broader skill set or different skill set than me in various areas. I don't have all the technical skills that I would need to do something like this. It takes a team.
Okay. Do you in your past positions, have you overseen, what were the largest projects that you've overseen, IT projects in your prior work experience?
I've overseen some very large projects, sir, both in my past employment with Department of Defense as well as the Department of Transportation. Systems that were certainly enterprise-wide and served large populations of people like OPM.
Size-wise, similar to?
Yes, sir. Size-wise, similar.
Mm-hmm. And how quickly were they able to complete these projects?
Some of them were much faster than others. And depended on when I came into them. Some of them were delivered within a year, and some of them took years, multiple years to deliver. I think sometimes it's the way that we're changing the way that we deliver IT solutions now. We're trying to be much more agile, and so we're trying to find what we call a minimal viable product. We're trying to find segments of capability that we can deliver in shorter term. So we're trying to deliver capability within 6 months. 6-month segments, and then build on that to get to a whole system.
And how quickly do you think you'll be able to complete this current project? Do you have a goal or a expectation?
When we started the project, sir, we kind of divided it into two pieces so that we could understand it. The first we called our tactical phase, which was shoring up the network that we have today, and we've put a great number of security tools into our current network, and that's what allowed us to find this adversarial activity this year. The second piece of this was building the shell, and we estimated that it would take us approximately a year to be able to deliver that. That project is on schedule, and it is on budget, and we will be delivering the shell environment this fall. The next phase is migration, and we've recognized from the very beginning that we did not have a full enough scope, certainly not from my tenure on board back to June of 2014, did I have enough scope or understanding of exactly the full OPM environment to be able to assess what it was going to take to do that migration. And so that's why we only contracted for the first two pieces. And we said as we work through this project to understand it, we'll be able to better estimate and understand what needs to move into that shell. But we knew from the beginning that there were some systems that were very old, that are about 30 years old, that we were going to have to migrate into that shell. So we focused on those first.
Okay. One other question. Last time you were before this committee, you referred to the fact that you deal closely with the IG. And last time we had a major IG project, you apparently did not notify them of the project. Can you have a reason for that or an explanation of that?
I don't, I'm not aware of a requirement, and I could certainly be corrected, but I'm not aware of a requirement to notify the IG of every project that we take on. Certainly, we included in our budget request for 2016, we talked through this project and documented it in that arena. We also discussed on a couple of occasions with the IG this project because they have an interconnection with our network and some of their systems. We actually host some of their systems, and so they have to come along with us in this project if we're going to continue to provide those services.
Okay, but an undertaking of this size, you know, maybe it's not something you normally tell the IG about, but you would not have felt the necessity to notify them what's going on here?
Sir, it's just based on my experience that if I am, no, sir, I would not normally advise the IG of a project that we're doing this. That doesn't mean that I'm holding the information from them, but I also do know that we discussed with the IG on a number of occasions the fact that we were taking on this project and that they needed to modernize their systems and upgrade their systems to be able to meet the security requirements for this project.
I thank the gentleman.